What is up, everyone? This is Sorkin090 and this is episode 102 of Operation Dome, the 102nd episode of the series where my friends and I were going to encase the entire world in glass and glass panes. So let us get started. We'll be working on the ceiling today, so let's see how much we could actually get done within this episode. Because lately, we have done a lot of work. We've been collecting a lot of sand, we've been making some glass, we've been collecting birch wood, and as well as we've been placing the panes and the blocks where they need to be. And I have a lot of people to thank, but if I forgot your name, I truly apologize for that, because sometimes it's difficult for me to actually remember some names. So we have RCT Hipster, we have XX Phantom 0218XX, then we have Yum Yum Gravy 5, Joshy Son. I can never pronounce the name correct. So yeah, Josh has helped me out a bit, and also XBar7X has come by and helped me out as well. That's so far as I remember the people who have recently helped me. If I've forgotten your name again, I truly apologize, but these are the people who have recently helped me as far as I remember, and I have you guys to thank because we've been doing a lot of work and it shows. It definitely shows. So at least with this little texture pack, I may have trouble finding myself in this area due to the fact that I'm so used to the fancy texture pack that going back to the normal texture pack just looks oh so weird. It just doesn't fit. Just to me, it just doesn't fit. I cannot actually get this correct. Okay, lined it up, and nope, not yet. Okay, dang it. Step back a bit. Okay, there we go. That's what I needed to do. Fastest way to actually climb up to the ceiling. It's actually faster than doing one column. Surprisingly, it is. It just seems like it. Yeah, it totally is. Okay, anyways. So I have those guys to thank. Truly thank you. We've done a lot of work. And once we are done with Operation Dome, we will focus 3 weeks on actually doing Operation Bedrock straight on through. No second series for that time being, just 3 weeks of pure focus on Operation Bedrock so we could pick up the pace, or we could actually make it a full month. Let me know in the comment section below, 3 weeks or a full month. I want to know from you guys, and then once that month is done, then we will actually work on a second series while Operation Bedrock will still be worked at. And I know that 1 month seems like a lot of time, but surprisingly it is not, and I can tell you for a fact that 1 month is still short. Because I've worked on making so many videos for a month, and then when that month passed, it just seemed like it happened just yesterday, and then I was struggling, and then we all have all the shebang of just going all through this type of talk and saying that I'm gonna have to cut down the videos, I'm gonna have to cut down my time and focus on a lot of stuff. So 1 month, even though it seems like a long time, it just went by so quick, and it still sucker punched me in the face. So yeah, 1 month actually sounds pretty good, just to focus on Operation Bedrock entirely. See what we can do in that 1 month, rather than splitting up the series. And as well as that, now that I've cut down on the videos, I don't have to focus my attention away from Operation Bedrock. So it's kind of like a win-win situation, right? That more work gets to be done on Operation Bedrock, and you get to see how much has been done in the long run. So yeah, okay guys, again, your choice. 3 weeks or 1 month, and I made a good case for 1 month either way. Just go all out on that one. And my god, the whole not natural, I cannot even think of the name anymore, just the classic texture pack or the default pack just looks so weird. And especially when you look at your inventory, it's so bright. It's just a little bit unsettling, especially when you're trying to go for the glass blocks. It really just matches everything in the background. So yeah, we've done a lot of work. We're getting it there. We're getting there, because once we're done with this little quadrant, we're gonna actually fill up the wall right here, that glass pane wall, onto the west, and then to the north, and then to the northeast. Because then we'll have the southeast as our last quadrant, to where we could actually focus on building the wall, and as well as that making the ceiling. Then once that's all done, then we're gonna have to make everything green. You can see a little bit of a light source down there. We'll make everything green, and then we'll leave the ice there. The ice actually looks nice and also helps you travel a lot faster to actually get to point A to point B. So we will leave the ice there. If you want to break the ice, that'll be on you, because then we'll be putting it up for download, so you can do whatever you want. Keep in mind that it is pretty much an old server type of deal, where you're not going to have all the updates. You're not going to have emeralds. You're not going to have, oh, well, yeah, you could trade the villagers, but I mean, like, resource emeralds. You're not going to have the ravines, the strongholds, the end, well, I'm trying to remember all the different types of updates. We don't have a mushroom biome. And trying to remember all the different updates that, well, we don't have mine shafts. So we don't have anything that's past TU5 really, other than the Endermen, the villagers, and the emeralds for trade. So nothing else really is there. So if you want an old school world, this is the world for you. And there's still the golden apple in an actual dungeon. So if you're able to find it, then congratulations. I have yet to find it. My friend found it, but I don't remember exact coordinates of it. So whenever I do find that exact coordinates, then I will make a video about the golden apple, because it is possible to get a golden apple from a dungeon. Just you're able to craft them now, so people will just call you out saying that this is fake. Well, you just can't win now, can you? So here is the actual ceiling, or the quadrant that we are working on currently. You can see that there is no wall over there because we have yet to actually go there, because we're using the glass panes as a form of a ladder to get up to the ceiling. So we will be done with the ceiling before we get done with the wall, which is actually fantastic because we need a lot of blocks, as much as possible, to get to use for the ceiling itself. And we do have a lot of sand, because underneath me there's still a little bit of sand everywhere. There's sand in the north and the south and everywhere, and even underground in the ocean. And if you get yourself an Affinity 1 and as well as Respiration 3 helmet, you will not have to worry about actually going up for air, because of the fact of the matter is that on peaceful you will heal as you actually take damage. So with the Aqua Affinity and Respiration, you get to breathe a little bit longer. Even when you're drowning, it takes a little bit of more time to get damage from drowning. So you will heal up as you are drowning, so that you heal faster than you're taking damage from drowning, so you could just stay underwater for as long as you need to. It's pretty much a scuba gear at this point. You don't have to actually come up for air at any given point, unless you just don't want to keep taking damage. Even when you're taking damage, the armor itself does not take any damage, so you could just stay underneath. You could go AFK, you won't have to worry about it, so you'll be fine. And we always got to save up here, just in case if one of us falls, because we really don't want to lose all those blocks. It is a risky business. Did someone place a torch in there? It looks, yep, someone placed a torch in there. People don't listen to me. I tell them that you could just go all the way to the tree dome and fall in there, but apparently they want to fall over there so that they could go run to the tree dome. It's still the same path, really. It's still the same thing. If anything else, there's a large body of water over there. You could fall into that, but let's keep the ice alone, because I really don't want to actually look for all the ice blocks to fill up every little gap. It's just that OCPD type of deal. Ice will form only if there's open air, but once you have a ceiling, you break an ice block, it will not come back, or it will not regenerate. That's kind of a good thing about having a roof. It's just nothing regenerates, especially if you want to block out the weather, such as the snow and the rain. So whenever weather actually appears, you don't have to worry about your vision actually becoming cloudy, or just, well, yeah, the snow, it really blocks your vision, or the rain itself, especially during the night. You don't have to worry about any of that, because the roof in itself blocks out all the weather, including thunderstorms and lightning strikes. So yeah, if you want to get hit by lightning, then come up to the ceiling and see if you can actually get hit by lightning. I really hope that one day I get hit by lightning in Minecraft, and while I'm recording, then that'd be fantastic. Literally, it would be fantastic. So with this texture pack, the default, whatever you want to call it, yeah, the glass looks so clear, especially when you're up in the sky. It may get a little bit more tricky as we place some glass down, because you may actually fall off, or you may not even notice that there was no glass there because of how clear it looks in comparison. With the fancy texture pack, you already see an outline with the glass block, and then in the center is clear, but with that outline, it really helps out. That's just my opinion. I like using the texture packs. It just makes everything a little bit more defined with the color schemes and the design of it all. Some of them fit, some of them they do not whatsoever. And this one, just doesn't fit in the terms of what we are doing. It's just harder to see the glass. Because if you were to break a glass block, you'd be able to not even notice it until you actually fall in there. You could make an ultimate spleef arena with glass blocks like this, especially when you're up in the air. If we ever actually get around to it, then we could actually do that, but it's not going to be saved, of course. We're just going to exit without saving and go for round 2. Just going to make a little bit of a marker around someplace. Like maybe put a little bit of an obsidian block or an actual coal block maybe. Like you can't pass this spot. If you do, then yeah, you lose. But this in here will be the last quadrant. So we have a lot of work to do. And you can see that we've done a lot of work in terraforming. You can even see the midpoint of where the snow begins and where it ends. That's where the quadrant is at. So we could actually line it up right there. So it looks so cool. Honestly, it looks so cool. You could actually make a little bit of art design if you really wish to, but you're just going to have to go all the way to the ceiling to do that. And if you want to do it in survival, of course. So a lot of work just to make something look so pretty. Just, oh no, another power spike. Why are these power spikes happening? This is the second one so far. God dang it, I think it's the refrigerator in the next room that's doing that again. So I'm going to have to either unplug it or something else because that is just utterly annoying. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is just going to load up the capture card once more. I hit the mic because I got to readjust myself just to get to the keyboard so I can type it up because it's really a doozy when you can't find your own file. Okay, loading it up, input resolution at 720p, 60 frames per second. Type up the name, it could be Operation Doom, number 102, part 2. Okay, so let me go step back on the screen just a tad bit so I don't fall while I'm doing this. Okay, so you should be seeing the image right now. So there I am and looking straight at you. This is how I sync up my video with the audio commentary. So this is how I do this. That's what I do to sync it up every single time. So if you want to use that method, that is great because it really actually shows the real time between it. If you have a frame perfect editing type of software, then you could put it right there. Windows Movie Maker will take a little bit of actual practice because with Windows Movie Maker, when you try to go through a frame, when you click that little arrow type of deal to go to the next frame, if I remember correctly, it either skips to 5 frames or 7 frames. Not too sure. If you were to stretch it out, I think it's still the same thing. I think it's 5 frames or 7 frames. So you really gotta place the audio perfect. You gotta split it on the visuals and then put the audio right where the split is at so you can sync it up. A little bit more practice, but if you get that down, if you know how to do that, then you're good to go. With a frame perfect editing software, it is just more precise. So you get your practice on Windows Movie Maker. It's just no big deal on a real actual editing software. But in any case, that this is going to be the quadrant that we're going to work on for last. And we have a lot of snow to get rid of. Just all it requires is water buckets. Lots and lots of water buckets. And I don't know if you could actually see where my cursor is at, but that in itself is concave. Meaning that we've already dug out the sand at that area and now underneath it is just sandstone, but it's covered in snow. So you can see where it kind of cuts off where the ice is at, and underneath it is just pretty much sandstone. We're going to have to cover all that up with grass, but little by little we will make everything green. It's going to be a little bit of a hassle, but it can be done, and once it's done, then everything will just look green instead of all the snow patches on the map itself. You can already see that there's a big gray area. That's where a lot of sandstone has been left behind because we dug out the entire desert at that given point. That was a desert biome. We dug it out and now we are replacing it all with grass. And another power spike just happened. God dang. What is the deal with this? I really got to unplug that refrigerator This is a little bit annoying. It just reminds me of the Let's Play I did on Legend of Zelda. We had power spike after power spike after power spike, and it was just frustrating. We couldn't get the episode perfect as we tried to. We had to do a retake on the intro a good 7 or 8 times. It was just frustrating. My god, I don't even know how long this video is because of the power spikes. That it really disrupts the timing. It really just sets me off a little bit. It's quite annoying. Just imagine trying to go for a 30-minute video where you can't do a retake and then power spike, power spike, power spike. Okay, so this is going to be part 3. I'm going to go ahead and try to sync this up. You get to see how it works all over again. So there we go. It's all synced up and we are good to go. Just as long as not another power spike actually happens, because if that were to happen, then that's going to be where I'm going to end off the video with a black screen, just pretty much no image whatsoever. But that's all you gotta do. That's all you have to do, and that's what you gotta work with if nothing goes right. Now, that's not the area where I'm gonna have to be at. That's where the quadrant is, so I'm gonna have to go back over there. So you could see that we are nearly done. I'm pretty sure that it's gonna take probably a good, if we had 2 people online at the same time working on this, probably is gonna take 5 trips from each person, because that's still a lot of glass. That is a lot of glass, because it only takes about a good stack and a half, no, 2 stacks and a half to complete 1 column. So trying to think, yeah, pretty much if 10 inventories full of glass blocks, we'll probably be done by this, and then we could actually work on the next quadrant. So a lot of our time is going to be focused on Operation Dome and not so much on Operation Bedrock, because we're going to dedicate a whole entire month or 3 weeks. Again, you guys decide. We're going to decide on based on your opinions and based on your answers and your votes that we'll work on the Operation Bedrock as much as we can for that time span. And then after that time span has been done, then we will make a brand new series with a brand new start, a brand new world, and things like that. It's going to be interesting. Cannot wait for that, and I just cannot wait to see it be completed. But let's go ahead and finish this row up. Gotta finish this row, and then I'll end off the video there. So yeah, we have a lot of work to do. Cannot wait for it all to be done. And once it is, then it's just gonna be a brand new project. And hopefully that, oh, you know what? I'll talk about more of that in Operation Bedrock, because I really need to actually know the whole and total 100% confirmation. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe. So whenever I get around to making another update, I'll let you guys know what's been going on. See, there's a lot of sand right there, because this is mostly sand. 85% of the whole entire world is sand, so we don't have to worry about running out of sand anytime soon. If we are desperate for sand, we'll go underneath the ocean floor and grab some sand from there. Alright, have a great day everyone, and as always, we will see you in the next video.